I'm starting with an icebreaker. And it is saying, embrace the unknown and let life surprise you. Wow. That's a good one, because I want to read it again. Embrace the unknown and let life surprise you. I think 2024 has been, or started off that way, where I am just like surrendering all and just saying, God, take the wheel. I feel like this is the year where I can, let go and let God. I think most of the time I've been in control of so many things, and I want to feel in control. But I think this year I fully understand what it means to surrender. And yeah, I think I'm allowing life to surprise me. What a relevant card for 2024. Hi everyone, I am Mpho Rasaroka, and I don't know what else to say about myself, but I guess as we do the interview, you'll learn more about me. How do I give myself grace? Sure, it's such a profound question to ask. And I thought about it for a while, and it's actually something that I write all over my bio, that I am purposed and not perfect, right? And I think that's how I give myself grace, because I am reminded that I am an imperfect person, but I am on this earth for a purpose, because I believe God created us all for a purpose. So yes, how do I give myself grace? I'm purposed, but I'm not perfect. And that's how I think we should live our lives. We are all figuring it out. And therefore, that's how you should give yourself grace.
Hey RealFam, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to another episode of Sis Give Yourself Grace. I'm glad that you were able to join us. Thank you so much. I want to do it as well. I love affirmations, actually. So, I was jealous, so I wanted to do it as well. Okay. Okay, mine says, when you are filled with self-love, you make better decisions. You are wise.
Amazing.
This affirmation really speaks to my current season. And definitely I am wise. And I have been prioritizing myself more lately. Even my health life has improved. I feel like I'm prioritizing my health more, which is the most beautiful and happiest season ever. How's your health life?
Wow. Okay. Just now. But I think more than anything, I am also quite intentional about my health. I think I'm prioritizing the things that are important to me, which means that I prioritize time to go to the gym. I prioritize time to be alone. I think that's so important, so that you can pour into your own cup. I prioritize time into my spiritual health, right? So involving myself in church, reading the word. I prioritize my health, I'd say, in terms of my mind.
Love that.
Right? So like self-development, reading books, and just doing research. I'm a Google girl. So
My best friend.
I'm always searching.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I love that. And I love that you don't base health on like fitness, going to gym and all of that. Because I think most of the time when we think about your healthy life or your health lifestyle, we're just thinking about you working out, eating well, but not talking about other aspects of your life. So that's beautiful.
Guys, I must mention that it is my first time ever, like on YouTube or a podcast or whatever the case may be, and I'm so nerve-wracked actually. This kampona gets hair sore. Like I'm laughing, but I am nervous. I am Mpho. as Nthabi Singh has introduced, I am a lover of life and people, to be honest. I'm a creative. I think by birth, by nature. So I love being in the creative space. However, I think I'm the one that always likes to be behind the scene. And then I'm a nurse by profession. And I also run an amazing faith-based brand called JLOVE clothing and things. So yeah.
She's wearing one of the...
Oh yeah, you can see, especially now because it's Easter, right? The cross equals love. All right.
Love it.
So simplistic, but it says a lot. But yeah, I don't know what else I should say about myself.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay. It's okay. I'm going to give her a hug so that she doesn't feel nervous. Listen, RealFam, just before we started having the conversation, when she shared how she gives herself grace, I think it was so profound. And we just had a brief conversation now to say, we don't have it all figured out, And if we're here, we are nervous, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, we are allowed. I don't know how many times I've been nervous doing my own podcasts or interviews with whoever, and I'm a little bit nervous even now.
We do it anyway.
We do it anyway. We do it scared. We do it, we do it anyway. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong. We're here, okay? So what are you grateful for today? Should I start?
Okay.
All right. So what am I grateful for? So I'm so grateful for my loved ones, my family. This past 2 weeks, actually, it was great at the same time, sad. I think this past week was worse for me. I feel like I was carrying a lot because I lost 2 people that I was quite fond of. One from back when I was studying in TUT. Another one whom I met when I was in Northwest University a few years ago. Both of them lost their lives. So I really carried that a lot. And it made me appreciate the people in my life, my loved ones, not just my family, because I realized that we have family outside our families, if that makes sense. Yeah. We have people that we really care about, even if they're not our immediate family. So it really made me appreciate the people in my life. And I just want to appreciate you as well.
Aww.
How we met. So we met at an event. Of course. I mean, you've been a part of my life. You've seen the work that I do. You've seen the person that I am, and you've encouraged me. Because sometimes you see a comment or you see someone DMing you saying something nice, and they think, oh, I've said this in passing. I mean, obviously it would mean something to you, but you would think I would just read it and move on to the next thing. But it really builds me, or there's a part of it in my life that I carry. I carry it with me, if that's the right word. I carry every encouraging word, every support that I get there, because it means that the direction that I'm taking, not only is it great, but it's meaningful to others. So we met at a Gender Woman event. If you remember, you remember. If you know a Gender Woman, if you don't, Basad, why are you not getting out there and being with other women? That's how we met, because we went to a women's event.
Yeah.
But also, she was one of the sponsors there. So on our goodie bags, if you were lucky, you would get something from JLOVE. She's going to tell us about it a bit later. So just stay tuned. So that's how we met. We got to engage, and we sat, it was not just the 2 of us, even amongst other women. And it was so beautiful when women get together, the first time around, but still get to engage, talk to each other. I mean, even when we were leaving the event, I was so exhausted wearing heels. Ooh. RealFam, she was kind enough to say, okay, because your ride is there by the gate, let me drive with you to the gate. And I feel like that was just so kind of you, so sweet. So let's just be kind to each other, network. You'll never know where that will take you. Look at us now, we're here today. That's beautiful. To me, that's amazing. So yeah.
Oh my. I think it sounds cliche, but I don't think we should take for granted the gift of life. Every day I wake up and I'm just like, thank you, Lord, that I am alive, because not many get this opportunity to live. So I think life is a precious gift, and I always tell my loved ones, the people that are close to me, that ever ask me, how long do you want to live? And I'm just like, until 100, and people think I'm crazy, and I was just like, I want to live, and I just want to live a full life, and I appreciate each day, each hour, each minute that God gives me. And I think that is my number one thing that I am grateful for. Other than that, I am just grateful for everybody that is around me. And I'm grateful for this moment, girl.
Thank you, girl. Today I was having a conversation with my friend, and she was like, because I was kind of venting or crying to her as well, to say, Chomi, I've been carrying so much this week, so many painful news. She also heard something about a colleague and all of that, but she was like, one thing I've realized, I'm not even afraid of death or dying. I'm more afraid of, she said, gaining weight. And I've realized that I'm actually more afraid of gaining weight. I'm not afraid of death. Are you afraid of death?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I don't want to die.
Of course, I don't want to die either. Not now.
Not now.
No, not now. God, please keep us so that we can just continue with your gospel.
Yes.
We are living in your purpose. So allow us. Look at us begging God to keep us.
And He knows the time and the hour.
Yeah, but anyway, just sending my love to those that have lost. I don't want us to now get emotional, soak into this, because it's something that you get to carry with your shoulders. But in passing, I just want to say, if you've lost someone in your life recently, I can relate to how you're feeling. Take heart and just don't stop praising God. Don't stop speaking to God. Don't stop asking for comfort from Him, because only He can help you. Only He can heal you through that pain. None of us can. We don't know how you're feeling, what you're going through. We really can't, but only God can. And God's timing is the best timing. So don't even worry about it. Just hang in there. Just, be under His shadow. Okay? I think I'm still sad. Yeah, but we're going to move away from that. So, to more exciting things. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps actually talking about it. I love your clothing brand. But there's a word that you use. There's a word that you use on your Instagram.
Okay.
What's the...
Which one? On our bio?
On the bio, yes.
We say what? The coolest Christian brand.
The coolest Christian brand. That's what I wanted. The coolest. Yes,
Christian brand.
Yes. And I love that. And I must say it's the coolest. I was just asking you now, do you have stock in your car? But anyway, that should be, I shouldn't want to just buy because the stock here. I should just go wherever she is and go buy there. So how did this come about? What inspired the coolest Christian brand? JLOVE. Maybe let's explain JLOVE first. Where's the name coming from, and why this? Because I love it. I think you're doing amazing, by the way, there.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing. Look at the shirts. And you know what? I'm going to an event, ne? I actually ordered a pair of jeans, blue jeans. I don't know if it's something like this, but a pair of blue jeans. So I'm just wondering if I can hook up a top. Who knows? I could be rocking JLOVE soon. So yeah, stay tuned. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Of course I'm going to share. You know me. Instagram or here. Or here. That's me. I'm a content lover.
Should I go for it?
Yes. I'll never
Oh,
stop.
okay. So JLOVE.
Yes.
So it was inspired by, I'd say, the church that I went to, especially when I was in Bloemfontein. I went to one of the big charismatic churches that are there, and in the church there was a lot of youth, and I was also like, I've always wanted a clothing brand, but in my quest for a clothing brand, mind you, I'm studying nursing at the time.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm studying nursing, but I always knew that I wanted a clothing brand. I just didn't know what kind of clothing brand. And I started looking at a lot of business content during my free time. And most of them were saying something like, you must have a business that is purposeful, a business that can outlive you. And I was just thinking to myself, my name can't outlive itself. I need to create something that is beyond me.
Yeah.
And the only thing that made sense right then, because I was growing spiritually, was a Christian brand. And I searched the market as well. And I found that the ones that existed were not stylish. The ones that existed were a bit too obvious for me. They were not cool, they were not witty, like Nedisan Kaz.
Yeah.
And I was just like, maybe I should tap into this and see how I can expand from that. So from my years in varsity, I would say 2013, right? I was just writing the vision. Literally, I didn't have a brand then, but I already knew that this is the brand that I want. And the moment I get money, this is what I'm going to do. So I was patient with the Lord, and then I was thinking about a name. What am I going to call this brand? And I was like, okay, what is the greatest love story ever told? And Jesus is love. And that's when the name came about. But I was like, Jesus' love is too long. I want to make it cool. So that's when, JLOVE came into the picture. And then
That's actually cool.
Thank you. And then if you like kind of look at our logo, you'll see the J. You'll see the L. And then you'll see like an infinity sign. So basically, our logo itself, that's why even some of our items just have the logo or the label. They don't have any messaging, because the logo itself at JLOVE is a message on its own, because it's Jesus' love is infinite. So that's how JLOVE came about. And then we have, I think it's a cool hashtag where we say, wear the word, shape the world. Everyone that comes across our label and they read the hashtag, because it's on all the labels, it says wear the word. So JLOVE, and then it says wear the word, shape the world. And I think that's what we're doing. We're spreading the gospel. And yeah, we're shaping the world. I think words are such a powerful tool. Yeah. And if I can't be on the pulpit, then I'd rather embrace the Lord through the clothing that I wear, so that they can spark the conversations that they need to spark and inspire somebody, So yeah.
I love that. I love that so much, because RealFam, guys, it's so hot. Like I've been changing positions. And also I'm wearing a black shirt. But anyway, as I was saying, I love that, because I think, and we are young, and you're young, and I love that you are so rooted to God. And your work really speaks of God. And I think that's beautiful. I think as young people, am I still young? I'm 37.
You're still young. She's still young. What does she even mean?
Because I'm saying as young people, I'm like, can I turned 37 a month ago, okay? Not even a month, a few weeks ago.
Not even that old. She looks like, what, 28?
I think young people sometimes tend to... But I see the shift. I actually see the shift. But at the same time, I feel like we tend to prioritize other things than God, and we don't think, you could be cool in God. We don't think. You think when you think of church, you think of stricty and all of that, as if you will not be yourself, And there's just so much fun that you can have at church. There's so much fun that you can have praising God. I mean, even the t-shirt. Take this, for example, as well, It's a cool t-shirt. It doesn't have to have, words that are just, out of the ordinary. You can still embrace God even with what you wear. And I love your brand so much, because if you're saying wear the word, to me it says that even you wearing the word, wherever you walk in faith. You walk with God. In everything that you do, you remember that, I am representing the kingdom of God, in some way. And you don't need to be in the pulpit, like she said. God has called us to just be the messengers, to just spread the word. There's so many things that you can testify on that God has done in your life. And talking about them, it's your way of sharing the gospel. So your way is making sure that not only your brand grows beyond by producing what you're producing, but it's touching the world. I mean, you're spreading it out to the world. So that's so beautiful and profound. And I think we all need to jump into that way. We find some way, one way or the other. And I'm not trying to make you do something that you don't want. It could be having a conversation with your friend or being somewhere, but do embrace God. Because I think that's beautiful. What are we without God anyway? So I really love that. Sure. Thank you. So JLOVE is definitely the place to buy your cool Christian brand clothes. Okay, I will share all her details on our platforms, of course. Just on the description, make sure that you check out what they have. In actual fact, I'm gonna show her now what I want to order, and I've been meaning to order that. Yes, it's a podcast, so we're allowed to even be on our phones and all that. It's a podcast. Okay, I know you'll be like, RealFam, why is Nthabi, why don't you show her when we're done? No, I want to show her now. You see that top? Can I place an order for this? I'm a large, so you'll have to remember that. I want this. And we're going into winter, so definitely I'll show you what I've ordered. Yeah. And soon I'll be recording wearing it. Okay. So yeah, winter's coming. Make sure you get something for yourself. All right. We good?
Promise is a promise.
We good? A promise? Are we good? And are you still feeling fine? You good? Are you still scared or nervous?
I don't think it goes away. I don't. But yeah, give it here.
All right. So now, without digressing from where we are, I wanted to add on what you said or how your brand started. You started with a vision, not having anything. So I'm curious how, because starting a brand is not easy. I think your business is doing great, but I know that there are challenges that we come across in business. But I know there's someone who is interested in being in the industry you're in, but you're in two industries. You're a nurse and you are what are you called?
Well,
Okay,
I like
retail. It's not retail. No.
well, I just like calling myself a creative director.
Okay, you're a creative. So now you have two. Let's call it two roles or two responsibilities, two jobs that you have, and you've got two businesses that you are working on. How do you manage that? I know it's not easy for me.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Just to put it out there. So I was working at the hospital from 2016 until 2023, right? So at that point, I only started JLOVE in 2017. So it's like, 5 to 6 years now with the brand. And thank God that I actually managed to resign from the hospital because it was taking up a lot of my time.
Sure.
I mean, you work for more than actually 12 hours a day in a public hospital. And every time I would get back from work, I am exhausted. And I couldn't give my business the focus that it needed because when you start a business, most of the time you have to be everything for your business.
Financial person, accountant.
Right? And at that point, it was just not working for me because I wanted to see if I can fully put my focus into the business. Where can I take the business, right? So I needed to look for something that was flexible. I still loved my profession, but I had to look for something that was flexible. And then I started searching and I started doing CPR courses. So now I teach. So I'm still doing nursing, but now I teach, and I usually teach from 8:30 until 2:30.
So that's like your own thing.
So it's not my own thing, but it's a company that I joined. But you get paid independently. So whenever you conduct the trainings, you invoice the company. And basically that's allowed me, flexibility and time, because I always thought to myself, this is not the life that I want to live. I don't want to be in the hospital for so many hours. I don't want to miss out on family functions. I don't want to be a mom that's always going to work night shift. So I knew that the life of the hospital was not sustainable for the kind of life that I want to build. So I left the hospital, and right now I am teaching, which is much better.
But you've got flexible times.
I've got flexible times, so cool. Which has made life much more easier. If I didn't have a flexible schedule, I don't think I would be here today.
Thank God you do.
Yeah, it's just one of those challenges, and I think I'm grateful for the years that I was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because it built my character.
Of course.
It built my knowledge. It built my skills. And it was actually very painful leaving because I mourned resigning for I think 6 months. I had an amazing team. There was nothing wrong with my team, but for the life that I wanted, I had to make a decision to leave. And that was also kind of influenced by my tragic experience of having to do CPR on my own mother and my granddad. So when I did the instructor course to be an instructor, to teach more people about the skill, then that's when the company kind of picked me out, headhunted. We're looking for an instructor. Are you willing? Are you available? And I was like, yes. And here we are today.
Okay, wow. But we're not gonna, before I just share we're not gonna pass the last points you mentioned. During CPR on you said your grandma?
My mom.
Your mom and your grandfather. So how was that experience?
It was scary. It was. So this happened in
'Cause I'm thinking
2021.
you could be doing it to anyone at work and all that, but how do you relate it to even doing it to someone close to you?
Yeah, that's the thing, because 80% of the time, these emergency situations happen at home. And a lot of people actually don't know how to do CPR and first aid. So that day, my mom... Exactly. And it's such a life-saving skill. If everybody knows how to do it, the chances of survival for your loved ones are higher.
Love that.
Yeah. So both cases were successful. So I managed to revive them. So thank God. But my mom, we don't know till this day what happened. They think she had some kind of allergic reaction. But we can't pinpoint. And yeah, it took me some time. I still get anxiety when she's not well, when she's feeling ill. And she's not somebody that gets ill all the time. She's not that old anyway. But every time she says, I'm not feeling well, then I have a sense of anxiety because I feel like I'm far away from her. Who's going to be there to save her? Because on the day that it happened, when I revived her, I was home. Fortunately, I was home. And yeah, with my granddad, he had a heart attack. So a hot day like this. And this all happened in 2021. So a hot day like this. And yeah, he collapsed at the gate. Luckily, we witnessed it. We rushed out and we managed to revive him as well. But he was old, 85. So after like 4 days, his organs started failing. So we had to say goodbye. But that's not the story for many people. Many people, their loved ones collapse and they die on the spot. And they feel hopeless because they don't know what to do. And if they knew how to do bystander CPR, that could have.
Different story.
Exactly.